Good morning, folks. Guess what time it is? No, not even close. It's 9:14 a.m. Where'd you get that from? That's right, 9:14 a.m. Mountain Standard Time on the 24th of April, 2025. Now, we know that's the 25th for our time traveling friends on the other side of the planet, our friends in Australia, our friends in Melbourne. Hello, folks. How are y'all doing? I hope you're all doing fantastic. My name's Lee. I'm the guy who started the group. Well, I thought it was funny. That group's so funny that we started it twice. And you, my friends, you are you. You're awesome and you're funny. How do I know that? Well, you've taken these two little groups that I created and you made them huge and you made them awesome and you made them funny. That doesn't happen by accident. That can only happen by awesome and funny people working on it. So that makes you awesome and funny, my friends. And thank you so very much. And you know, between those two groups, we've got 668, almost 669,000 members. That's crazy. And that's bigger than a lot of cities out there on the planet, my friends. So let's call us what we are. We are the funniest city on the internet. Population, you and I. We're funny people. We live in a funny place. And we make people laugh, my friends. We make so many people laugh. And that is awesome, my friends. Thank you for making us great. So, my friends, what are you doing this morning? What are you doing today? You got any plans today? I got some plans today. What are those plans? Still trying to get myself feeling better. I am feeling much better than yesterday. And I got to tell you, folks, yesterday there was some acting going on in that video because I did not feel as good as I was pretending I did. A little bit of acting going on today, but I guarantee you I feel better than I did yesterday. And yesterday I felt better than the day before. So that is a good sign. I'm healing, my friends. Not 100%, but way more than 50%. And yesterday I felt like I was at 25. So hey, we're doing great, my friends. I'm not drinking coffee today. I'm drinking water because gastro issues. But I am drinking it from my beautiful, well, I thought it was funny cup. You can get yourself one in our store, but we'll talk about that later, my friends. So as I was saying, I don't have a lot of plans today. Wendy's got some plans. She's got some running around to do. She's gonna go visit her dad in the hospital later on, and then she's going out for dinner with the cousins. And I hope she has a great evening. I would go, but I don't think me spending money on a dinner right now that I might not be able to really enjoy is a good thing. So I'm gonna relax, get myself feeling better. And as I said, I am feeling better than I was. And that's about it for today, my friends. So what are you doing, my friends? Come on, share it with us. I'm not going to keep a dossier on you, and I'm not looking for minute details or anything. We're just trying to make a connection with a few of you folks. We do hear from a good group of you folks every day when I do ask what you're doing, and I'm going to share some of that today. Now, of course, I heard yesterday from Rose Glad. Rose Glad said that she's finishing a pair of socks and doing a non-Thursday painting. Why do I say non-Thursday painting? Because Thursday is generally the day when you paint. At least for Rose, that's the day when you paint. She's doing a non-Thursday day painting. Now, speaking of Thursday day paintings, last Thursday she did a painting of a sea serpent. On Saturday, she shared a photo of that painting with us. She called the painting Oceana. I think it's fantastic. I'm going to bring that up right now, my friends. Check that out. I think that's great, Rose. I love it. Now, Rose says this is not her best work. But let me say, Rose, your not best work is 10 times better or more than my best work on its best day. Love it, Rose. It looks great. And I'd love if you share more paintings going forward, but you share what you want because you already share a lot, Rose, and we absolutely appreciate it. So thank you very much, Rose. Now, I also heard from Gail Countaway. Gail is our co-admin on the group here. Gail said she had spent the day cleaning, and then she was doing her favorite thing, which is cooking, and she was making a cabbage roll casserole. Let me see if I get that right, with mashed potatoes and carrots. And then she was relaxing because, it's rough on the body cleaning all day and then cooking all of a sudden. So thank you so much for sharing that, Gail. We really appreciate that. I heard from Michelle Finnerty. Michelle Finnerty, she wasn't feeling too good lately, so being a little under the weather, so she hadn't got up too much. Hopefully you're feeling better. Hopefully feeling a lot better. Heard from Lizzie Grin. Lizzie Grin, you probably heard that name too. Lizzie Grin does a lot of great posting. I share her posts on these videos, and Lizzie's been really helpful in rooting out a lot of these scammers and fake accounts. the scammers and fake accounts that are still in the group, my friends. Excuse my tripping over my words. And I really appreciate that, Lizzie. Now, Lizzie said that she spent yesterday having tea with a co-worker for a couple of hours at a bakery. And then she had the pleasant surprise of running into a friend that she hadn't seen for over 10 years. That is awesome. Lizzie sent a great video of her beautiful, beautiful cat just sort of enjoying a hairbrush. And unfortunately, I don't know how to, or I didn't figure out how to download that video from my messages. But I got to say, it was a great video. Thank you for sharing that, Lizzie. And what a beautiful kitty. And my mom messaged us yesterday and saying that she was doing the same thing as usual, which is going out for a walk with Rufus. Got a picture of my buddy Rufus out for that walk, and I love that dog. He's such a sweetheart. There he is. Look at that. He's like, Mom, why did you stop? That's what it looks like. And they're walking through the woods behind their place. It's a nice little park. And he's such a good dog. He really is. And he's funny, too. So thank you, Mom, for sharing that. And I heard from Dave Knapp yesterday, too. Dave Knapp, you know that name. Dave shares a bunch of great stuff. And Dave provides me with a lot of great jokes for my joke segment. Today, I have some Dave Knapp jokes. Now, Dave said, you know, they're one thing after another. His younger son, who's had some medical issues, is doing better, which is great. Now they're having a little bit of issues with their older son, some legal troubles. I hope that works out for you, Dave. And they're having a financial crunch. Really sorry to hear about this, Dave. That old 1 step forward, 2 steps back. I totally get that. You know, once again, positive thoughts, positive vibes, and positive prayers if you're a praying person. I'm sure Dave could use all that. And Dave, we just appreciate the fact that you even take the time out on a busy, busy time like this for you to send some jokes or even to comment in the group. We do hope everything goes well, and we're wishing you the best, my friend. And, you know, always wishing you the best, my friends. I want to hear about your day. These folks shared their day. I shared my day with you. And let's hear what you're doing, my friends. Leave a comment on this video, and maybe we'll talk about it tomorrow. All right, folks. I'm going to share 2 great posts from 2 great members like you, and I'm going to share a 3rd post from this jerk named Lee. Now, that 3rd post is related to yesterday, our 1-year anniversary. Yesterday, I shared 2 posts that I thought were the post number 1 and 2 posts, the first 2 posts posted on our original group. Well, I thought it was funny. Yeah, they weren't. I was wrong. I found the original post, though, because I had bookmarked it before, and I'm going to bring it up right now just to correct my mistake yesterday. Now, this is a post. The very first post posted to Well, I Thought It Was Funny. And this was back on April 23rd, 2024, 1 year and 1 day ago, the day that this group was founded. And I made this. I'm just setting it up. I made this meme after seeing a totally irrelevant to me Facebook post that made me laugh. The idea that came in my head made me laugh. Now, maybe it's not so funny, but I'm going to bring it up anyway. So let's take a look. It's called The First Post. And... you know, I cut around it so you can see everything, so you can see the fact that it was April 23rd, 2024. But I got two likes on it, or 2 laughs on it. There weren't many people in the group at the time. I think it was my buddy Manfred, Wendy, my wife, and, you know, maybe a couple of friends. You know, so I guess 2 was pretty good. Probably got 50% of the folks that were in the group. That's our first post, folks. Just happened to see this stupid ad on Facebook. Well, stupid for me because I don't have a record that I have to worry about. And I'm not traveling in the States for a long time, my friends. Anyway, so yeah, that was our very first post, friends. I wanted to correct that from yesterday, and I don't know. I still think this post is all right, folks. Thanks for putting up with my mistakes yesterday. Now, I have 2 fantastic posts, and they are video posts, my friends. Now, the first one, it's a Charlie Chaplin clip, and I'm so sorry. I do not know who posted this, but I'm going to share it anyway. So I don't know who the original poster was. So if it's you, just leave a message on this video. Leave a comment on this video saying, "Hey, it was me. I did it, you jerk." So I'm going to bring it up. This made me laugh. I call it. Well, I'm not even going to tell you what I call it. Here you go. Sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. It might be dumb or whatever, but I think it's hilarious. That just made me laugh. All right, folks. Now we do have another one. And this one's called Take Your Medicine. Now, this is one that I made. And I made this one quite a while ago, and the only reason I've got it even up here is when I was going through yesterday trying to find the first post, I happened to go past this one, and it still makes me laugh. It's about tequila. I hate tequila. When I take a swig of tequila or anything with a tequila in it, I do this freaking, it's like the worst kind of breakdancing. I just can't stand it. But anyways, let me bring up this post. Oh, and I also like classic Spider-Man, so they go together.
Take your medicine like a good lizard.
Oh my gosh, I don't know why I found that so funny, because I make myself laugh, apparently. That's probably it. I find myself amusing my friends, I guess. But I shared it. Those were two great posts I wanted to share. Now, once again, if you're the person who shared the Charlie Chaplin post, please leave a comment on the video, because I want to give you credit. I don't like to steal jokes. I don't steal memes, stuff like that. If I can show my sources, I'm always going to show my sources. So let me know if that's you. That's just a funny piece, and I find Charlie Chaplin hilarious. So that's why I shared those two folks. They made me laugh. Now, one of them is me making me laugh. I know. Whatever, right? But if you want your post to be featured, sorry, not focused. I guess it's still a focus. But if you want your post to be featured here, just gotta post them, and they just have to make me laugh. And you know, the more funny stuff you post, the better chance I'm going to see one of your specific posts, and better chance they're going to make me laugh, and better chance I'm going to feature them, my friends. So keep sharing and share that funny stuff, my friends. And when they make me laugh, you might be on one of these videos. All right, now let's figure out where I am here. So what did I do? I told you what time it was after being a smart ass about it. Sorry. Then I told you what the date was on both sides of the planet. Hello, Melbourne. Then we talked about my day, and I'm not really doing much, my friends. And then we talked about Rose Glad's day yesterday. And then we talked about Gail Countaway's day yesterday. And then we talked about Michelle Finnerty's day yesterday. Then we talked about our friend Dave Knapp and how his days are going. And then we talked about Lizzie Grin and what she did yesterday. Sounded like she had a great day. Then we talked about my mom. These are not in order, my friends, because I'm bringing them out of my brain. We talked about my mom and how she went for a walk with my adopted brother Rufus, one of the greatest dogs in the world. Yeah, we talked about a few people's days. You know, I want to talk about your day, so let us know what you're doing today. Just leave a comment on this video. And then after that, you know, I featured some posts. Now, the first one was one correcting a mistake yesterday. I featured today the first post ever posted to the group. And I'm sorry, yesterday I messed up on the two posts. They were not the first. They were probably second and third or something like that. And so that, then I featured two video posts, one a Charlie Chaplin one, and I cannot remember where I got it from, so I am sorry. The other one was one that I made. I'm sorry, I'm blowing my own horn, but hey, whatever. I thought it was funny. And then I got us to here. And I think you know what that means. Because when we're here, where do we go? We go to the bad jokes! Why does my wife always wait until I'm on the opposite end of the house before asking me? I got mugged yesterday. I guess it must be the first robin of spring. You know, Baldwin is a cool name. It's like the opposite of hair loss. Did a little mechanic work today. Yep. Put a rear end in a recliner. You know, I used to have a dyslexic cat. He would walk around the house yelling, "Whoa-em! Whoa-em!" Man, I can't wait till I'm done telling these jokes. I've got a package of lifesavers and the next flavor is pineapple. I got this new tartar control toothpaste. I still got tartar, but boy, that stuff is under control. When I was a kid, my parents moved around a lot, but I always managed to find them. I stepped out to buy some late night snacks last night, and when I got to the corner store, I noticed the clerk was locking it up. I said, "What are you doing?" The sign says open 24 hours. The clerk turns to me and says, "Not in a row. You can't lose a homing pigeon. If your homing pigeon doesn't come back, you just lost a pigeon." I really appreciate the fact that some of you folks actually enjoy those jokes. So that some people come back specifically for those jokes. And I really like the fact that people send me in jokes. We heard from our friend David Knapp, who sends in more jokes than anyone else, including me, I think. I'm going to tell you here, the first 5 jokes today were from David. That was I don't tell you which ones. The first 5 jokes were from David, and they were all good. My favorite one It's the dyslexic cat. Sorry, the dyslexic cat and Baldwin. Those two jokes were my favorite. Those ones, David, but they were all really good. And then I had two jokes that I stole from the late, great Mitch Hedberg, fantastic comedian. I think I paraphrased them a little bit, but the first one was, man, I can't wait for these jokes to be over because I've got a pack of lifesavers in the pineapple one. That was a paraphrase. That's definitely one of his jokes. And then the second one was the tartar control one, the toothpaste one. That was him. And I got a couple of those jokes from Rodney Dangerfield. The one about my parents used to move around a lot when I was a kid, but I'd always find them. That's Rodney Dangerfield, classic Rodney Dangerfield. Now the second one from Rodney Dangerfield, and that's the place not being open 24 hours in a row. That, I don't know if he wrote the joke, but I got it from a Rodney Dangerfield movie called Back to School. There's a scene in there where they're driving around looking to pick up some munchies late at night, and they pull up to a store, and it's the joke, basically. I don't tell you. That's from a Rodney Dangerfield movie. And then I have one from a comedian called by the name of Sarah Pascoe, and that was the homing pigeon joke. So that's where I got my jokes from today. I want to tell your jokes, though, my friends. Why don't you send me some jokes? Send your jokes to jokes@wellighthoughtitwasfunny.com, and if I can use them, I will. And if I do use them, you're going to get credit for them, my friends. I don't steal jokes, because I had a good joke stolen from me by a professional comedian one time, and nobody likes that, do they? Well, I kind of do, but it's not normal to like that kind of stuff. So yeah, send me your jokes. Everybody's going to know it's your joke, and I'm going to do my best to tell that joke. But if you think you can do a better job telling a joke, or just a good enough job telling a joke, why don't you record yourself telling a joke, my friends? It's easy. Number one, you gotta know what joke you're gonna tell. Number two, you gotta have a phone. Well, a phone or a computer with a camera, right? Let's say you got a phone. You take your phone, you put it in your hand, you turn on the camera, you make sure the forward-facing camera's on. That's where you can see your beautiful face, because you're beautiful, my friend. And then you click video. So we're ready to record video. Then you hit record. Then you tell that joke to the camera, my friends. And then when you're done, you hit stop record and you share that. Share that video with me over email to jokes@wellighthoughtitwasfunny.com. That's that same email address where I just want you to send your jokes. Send that video of you telling a joke to jokes@wellighthoughtitwasfunny.com also. Let's do it, my friends. This is going to be awesome. One of these days, if anyone ever does it, maybe I'll have 10 videos from 10 different people, and we'll have one of these videos, and it'll come to the joke segment, and it won't be me. It'll be you, another person, a bunch of people telling jokes. 10 jokes in a row by 10 different people. I think we can do it. I think it'd be fun. Send your jokes and recordings of you doing jokes to jokes@wellighthoughtitwasfunny.com. Hey folks, we got a great store. We really do got a great store. Listen to me with my Hawkster voice on, eh? But anyways, we got a great store, folks. We've got stuff like coffee cups. We've got these great hoodies. I've got fantastic t-shirts. I've got stickers. I've got a phone case. I've got a to-go cup. Hey, that's pretty cool. And you know what I also have? Man, oh man, you know what I got here. You know what's coming up here. I've got a tote bag. Take a look at that tote bag. That's Rose Glad showing off her tote bag. Rose Glad told me that tote bag was great. Not only great for groceries, it was great for books, and even better, great for toting around your rubber chickens, my friends. And you know that's important. What are you going to carry your rubber chickens in? If you know comedy, you know that rubber chickens are important to slapstick comedy, and this, my friend, is funny. Rose, you rock. Thanks for showing it off. It's a great photo. That tote bag is a great quality bag, my friends, and it's got that print on it. It looks good. People are going to ask you where you got it. And you know what? You're going to tell them, aren't you? That's right. We got t-shirts. We've got hoodies. We've got that tote bag. This coffee cup. A to-go cup. We've got a phone case. We got stickers. Heck, we even got ladies' panties, my friends. Ooh la la. Folks, do us a favor, check out our store, and if you do purchase any of our stuff, I want to see a picture of you with your product, with your t-shirt, with your coffee cup, with your tote bag, your stickers, not the panties. I'll get in trouble from the wife. Check it out, folks. Any purchase is going to help us out. I promise you, this is a good quality product, and people do ask. They do ask. I go out in this, people, well, not now, it's getting warmer out, but people ask, hey, you know, that's pretty cool. Where'd you get it? I get them to scan. There's a little QR code right there. I say, scan that. they go to the group. It's amazing. T-shirts got it too. T-shirts are good quality. It's all good quality products. I stand behind it all. Check it out, my friends. I'm such a terrible salesman, folks. I really am, and I'm so sorry. And I'm sorry for putting you through that, but we do have a great store, and I promise you, those are really good quality stuff. And I do want to see you in our shirts and stuff like that. Come on, help us out. Help a brother out. Hey, you know what? I'm going to ask you to do 2 quick favors. I sometimes forget to ask you to do these favors, but I'm not going to forget today. I'm going to be really quick about it. First favor, if you get a chance, try to make somebody laugh today, because you'll make their day better no matter what, my friend. And please, if you can, find something that makes you laugh, because you're as important as anyone else, and you deserve to laugh too. You make people laugh all day with what you share here, my friends, so you might as well be laughing too. And if you find something that's particularly funny, and it makes you laugh, and you think I might like it, why don't you share it to the group and tag me in that and say, Lee, this is what made me laugh today. I'll probably share it tomorrow on our video. I'd love to hear that, folks. Let people know what makes you laugh too. That would be awesome. All right, folks, let's start wrapping up this crazy video of ours. I'm a little bit behind because I had some technical issues today again. Also, my voice is starting to crap out. I'm sorry. But I am feeling better than yesterday, and I'm feeling better than the day before, as I said earlier. So during this wrap-up, I do have to talk about a few things that I already talked about, folks. We are well over 668 plus thousand members, my friends. That is crazy. Crazy awesome. Once again, funniest city on the internet. Population, you and I, my friends. Cheers to us. We are funny people in a funny place, and we make people laugh all day long, my friends. We really do. And that's a good thing to do. You make somebody laugh, you make their day better. You know, you really do. And you folks make me laugh, so you make my day better every day. And I really appreciate it. Folks, you know, thanks for being here. Thanks for making this the funniest place on the internet. Thanks for deciding that something that I made was worthwhile to hang around in, you know. It makes me feel great. It really does. It is kind of humbling. Once again, I still talk about it, so I guess it's not so humbling that I shut up about it, but I really do appreciate it. I appreciate you, and I really appreciate what we've created here. I love what we've created here, and I love that it's still growing. You know, let's see if we can hit 1 million. Maybe by the end of the year, maybe by next year at this time. I don't want to count my chickens before the cows come home, of course, you know. But I mean, it looks good. It looks really good, and we're growing every day, and we're growing because you folks share such great stuff, and it's a place that people want to be. So keep sharing your stuff, my friends, and you know, share the group if you can. Absolutely share the group. If you find something funny on the group, hit share. Don't copy and paste, because that's how we get bigger, and we're huge right now. So thank you so very much, folks. You know, I am going to wrap it up because I'm starting to lose my voice. I think I did pretty good, though, for most of the video. Just want to say, you know, I'm so glad you're here. And I hope you're going to be here again tomorrow. Maybe we'll have a few new people, but if we don't, that's all right. We've got the greatest group in the world already. All the love, my friends, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Well, I thought it was funny.
Well, I think it was funny.
Well, I thought 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 it was funny.